What's up, Trailer fam? For tonight, I'm going to the one, the only, legendary Comedy Store. Actually one of my favorite parts of the entire Comedy Store experience. This bar right behind me is actually such a cool place to check out because a lot of the comedians, both before the show and after the show, will come here, have a drink, hang out, and as you can tell, it always has such a good vibe.
Don't trust cats. They're webcams for lizard people. They're spying on you. And come to Comedy Chaos. It's the best show ever.
The Comedy Store was an awesome time, as it always is. I've been to the Comedy Store tons of times. It's one of my favorite venues here in LA. Now, obviously, when it comes to any comedy event, not just at the Comedy Store, but anywhere, you can't film or record while people are performing. They're ultra strict about that. Hence why kind of the last shot you saw was kind of the whole setup that they had, and then immediate cut to where I am now. Some comedy events, actually, and the Comedy Store doesn't do this. They might in the future, I don't know, but some comedy events now are actually giving you these weird bags. This happened to me when I was at the Hollywood Improv. They give you a weird bag, you put your phone in it, it locks up, and it's pretty much impossible to open this until you get out of the event, and they have this unique, almost UFO looking device that opens these indestructible almost bags for you. Obviously the Comedy Store not doing that, but they were very strict about that. So if you do happen to go to any comedy event, not just at the Comedy Store, but pretty much anywhere, keep that in mind that they are very strict about no recording, no pictures, pretty much nothing. Now, like I said, I've been to the Comedy Store tons of times, and last night when it came to the Comedy Chaos event, that honestly was probably one of my favorite times I've ever had at the Comedy Store. Anthony Jeselnik was kind of the headliner for it, but not only that, but all of the comedians were incredible. I feel like when you go to any comedy event, they typically have, especially if it's a big lineup, people doing maybe 20 to 30-minute sets. It's kind of average. And obviously you have some pretty good ones. You have some doozies maybe here and there. You have some that are just kind of okay, whatever. But last night, I felt like that every single comedian was top-notch. You know what I mean? That was my first time actually at the Comedy Chaos kind of event. Obviously, the Comedy Store always has tons of events, and when it comes to the Comedy Chaos event, this is my first time going, and hands down, probably my favorite time ever going to the Comedy Store, right? Now, I have to suggest, too, obviously, if you do go to the Comedy Store, make sure you check out that bar. I mentioned that, obviously, halfway kind of through this video, but when it comes to that bar, it's easily one of my favorite bars to go, sit down, maybe people watch on Sunset and everything. It's such a cool vibe. I've actually been to that bar before and not gone to a event at the Comedy Store. One thing I do have to say, though, especially if you've never been to a comedy event, a big kind of staple at a comedy event is a 2-drink minimum, meaning that when you go, not only do you have to obviously buy the ticket, sometimes you get them for free or discounted, but when you go, you have to get 2 drinks. Even if you're not drinking alcohol, you still have to get 2 waters or something, you know what I mean? And the drink outside of the Comedy Store when you get it at that kind of bar does not count towards the 2-drink minimum. So that's one thing I want to keep in mind, but, the entire Comedy Store is arguably one of the most iconic comedy events and comedy places pretty much in the entire world. You can make a legitimate argument for that. And especially here in LA, they always have A-list comedians just popping in, doing random sets. That's a big part of comedy events and comedy clubs. And I'm telling you, especially last night, how good it was and everything. The Comedy Store it's always fun. And when people come to LA and they say, hey, Mark, what's a good place to check out? What's something I have to check out? The Comedy Store is always one of my top 3 that you have to go to.